In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Dear students, today we are going to learn about functions. Introduction of the function, types of the functions, and domain and range. Today's lesson is going to be very beneficial. You have to concentrate, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. All the concepts about the functions I'm going to simplify, and I'm going to tell you in very unique way. So let's start the lesson. First of all, we want to know what is a function. Function, it is a relation between dependent and independent variable. For example, f of x is equal to 2x minus 1, or y equal to 2x minus 1. F of x and y, there is no change, there is no difference. F of x and y are same. So here, as we studied about the definition, dependent and independent variable. So we have two variables, variable x and variable y. Variable x and variable f of x and y same, no change. So independent variable is x. Why it is independent? Because x can take any value. X belong to the real number. X can take any value, can take positive, negative, fraction, decimal, any value you can substitute. Sometime there will be given the values of x, but if there is only a function y equal to 2x minus 1 like that, so there will be no value x, yani x can take any value. So that's why x is independent and y is depending upon x. So y is what? Y is dependent variable. Y is dependent. Y is depending upon x. Whatever the value of x, you will get the value of y. So y depend upon x. How? Let's see. I will show you some examples by using the same question. For example, we have x. We have x values are given. What are the values of x? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. These are the values of x. Okay, we will find the values of y. So what are the values of y? This is the function, you know. So you will replace x with the minus 2. So it will be 2 minus 2 minus 1. So 2 multiply minus 2 minus 4. So minus 4 minus 1, that is equal to minus 5. So if x is minus 2, y is minus 5. So y value minus 5 depending upon the value of x, which is minus 2. The next question, if x is minus 1, yani 2 replace x with minus 1, then minus 1. 2 multiply minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, that is equal to minus 3. So if x is minus 1, y is minus 3. Then replace x with 0, yani 2 replacing x with 0 minus 1. 2 multiply 0, 0 minus 1, that is equal to minus 1. So if x is 0, y is minus 1. Now replace x with 0. This replace x with 0. So it is 2 into 0 minus 1. sorry 1, we will replace x with 1, sorry. So 2x is 1 minus 1, so 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. So if x is 1, y is also 1, so that is equal to 1. So then if x is 2, this x we will replace with this 2, so it will be 2 into 2 minus 1, 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. And if x is 2, y is 3. So these are the values we got. So now you understand about the function. Function is a relation between dependent and independent variable. Clear? So after that we understand also the independent variables x values are given, dependent variable y we got the values depending upon x. Okay, what is x and what is y? What is x and what is y? We need to understand. So you know, when if for the small classes class 5 6 there is a function is given like that, this is a function machine. Sometimes we say, for example, to divide or to plus something, that is equal to the output. So input equal to plus whatever input, for example 3, so 2 plus the input is 3, so 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5, so that is output, that is output. So this is in previous classes we learned. So now for the higher grades, 9 10 11 12, even for the foundation of the university students, so we will use x values as input and y values output. So x values is what? Input, and y values are what? Output. How? As we did this one, and x is minus 2, when you put x minus 2 you will get y minus 5, so y is output, x is input. Clear? Okay, but we will not use this term input and output. Higher grades we will use another term. X we say domain. X is what? Domain. And y is what? Range. Clear? So values of x always domain and values of y always range. I hope it is clear. What is domain, what is range? I hope you understood. So let's see now one more example to know more detail about the domain and range. For example, the question is given, the function is here, y equal 3x plus 1. So domain and range. What is domain? -2, 0, 1. So depending upon this domain we will find the range. As I told you, domain is the values of x, range values of y. So let's find x. I will replace with -2. So 3 same, because 3 is multiplying with x, that is -2 and plus 1. 3 multiply -2, -6 plus 1, that is equal to -5. So the range is -5. X is -2, y is -5. So the next, if x is 0, 3, x replace with 0 plus 1. 3 multiply 0, 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, 1. So if x 0, y is 1. The next, replace x with 1. 3 replace x with 1 plus 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. So if x is 1, y is 4. Clear? So this is the domain and range. Even domain and range you can write in this form. Sometimes it is given minus, let me change the color, just a minute. -2, -5, 0, 1, 1, 4. You know, x and y, we always write the coordinates like that. So this is values of x, these one, domain, values of y, range. I hope it is very clear for you about domain and range. Okay, the next step, look at this function. According to this function, each domain have different range. Each domain have different range. So we will say if different range, so each domain have different range. So as I told you, we will learn also the types of function. So this type of function, if each domain have different range, we will say this is one-to-one function. If each domain have different range, we say it is one-to-one function. Okay, let's see one more function to see another type of the function. The function is f of x is equal to x square minus 1. So we are going to find domain and range. -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so we will substitute x -2. So replace x with -2 square minus 1. So -2 square is 4, -1, that is equal to 3. So if x is -2, y is 3. If domain is -2, the range is 3. Okay, now replace x with -1. -1 square minus 1. -1 square is 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So it is equal to 0. The next, replace x with 0. So 0 square minus 1. 0 is 0. So 0 minus 1 is equal to -1. Then again replace x with 1. So 1 square minus 1. 1 square is 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. We have already here. Then again replace x with 2. So 2 square minus 1. 2 square is 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. We have here. So let's see this function. We are going to join 2. If it is 2, the range is 3. We did already. If this is positive 2, also 3. Okay. If it is 1, answer is -1, answer is 0. If 1, answer is 0. Then 0 equal to 1. Okay. So what we noticed here, we have more domain have the same range. More equal to 1. So this type of function is called many-to-one function. This type of function is called many-to-one function. Why many-to-one? Because more have one value. More domain has one range. So this type of function is called many-to-one function. I hope it is clear for you. So there are only two types of functions, one-to-one and many-to-one function. Okay, sometimes the question is coming like that, so we should know about that one. So if it is one to many, not a function. If it is many to many, not a function. Not a function. Function only if it is one to one, or many to one. Only two types of function. One to many, not a function. Many to many, not a function. Clear? So you need to memorize this one, that there are two types only. Okay, for the function, in two cases there will be a function, in other cases no function. I hope it is very simple and clear tricks which I told you. Just you need to watch it once more time if you need to understand more deeply, and it is very informative and very clear concepts about the function. And now you can apply, you can solve some worksheets, and you can follow the Smart Math Club WhatsApp channel to find the worksheets and the videos related about other topics. And if you have any question, you can ask me in the comments. See you next time with new video. Take care. Bye.